around him with Lich and Grimstroke.
I'm very intrigued to see how Dahak does on this Batrider as well in the off lane.
Prepare for battle.
That should be fun. The lane should be quite fun for him. That being said, like if I'm Ursa, I'm hating life right now. Just like, dude, I have to play against Batrider Grimstroke. Like with the double melee. Like the other hero in my lane is undying. Like how do we zone these guys away from me so they stop peppering me with the napalms?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The lane looks... Mr. Safe will scout them out, and first move, well done by him.
What a surprise.
Dude, I'm not even going to play with you. I'm not even joking. Just that one move gives me more confidence in the previous than the previous game.
Yeah.
Because in the previous game, we had a similar situation where they ended up dying despite having the vision and the awareness of where the enemy is at.
No, 100%. I'm telling you, from seeing just the two the first phase bans and the first phase picks, I think this game should be more even.
I'd also like to officially apologize to Wolf Warriors for giving them the biggest Costas curse ever as they now go in TA 2000 underneath the tier 1 tower. Do they have the damage to kill him? They do not. Well, they do, but they don't want to die at the tier 1 tower for it and risk giving up deaths in the process. They'll be content with just whittling away his regen, securing 2 bounties and starting the game normally.
Yeah, this should be 2 for 2 then, right? Easy clap on both sides.
Okay. So 2-2, nobody died. TA 2000 did have to ferry in some additional regen, but you know, what can you do? Kind of sucks.
Yep. Have to say I love this. Okay, TA 2000 might have a harder time a little bit on the safe lane. I love this Lich though. This hero, you know how much I hate Lich, but right now the hero is just in a really good spot.
Somebody sign Lizard to your team. Trust me, he's happy to play Lich every game.
No, please. I've lived through that nightmare once. Back in the day when all you did was eat creeps. Right now, Lich is kind of fun. Like, you go into the lane and you're bully. You're actually pretty damn strong.
No longer have to go sacrifice level 2.
Exactly. You don't have to... What do you mean level 2? Level 1. You chill at the tier 2 and you eat ranged creeps. That's what Dota was about. Thank God it's no longer that way. But yeah, we'll see how much Panto and TA 2000 can do here. So far, the lane is very chill.
They're chilling. Dawn's gonna just try to get her farm. It is a Void Spirit, so not necessarily the hero that is renowned for dominating you in the laning phase from the safe lane. So should be A-okay for the Dire lineup here. On top. This is not gonna be fun. Mr. Safe, my friend, I hope you have some positive words of affirmation for yourself in your heart because you're not going to enjoy this lane.
Yeah, maybe... I feel like you still have to be careful here as Bat and Grim. Look, you're definitely supposed to be bullying. But if they get like some level 2 with Tombstone and then they drop Blood Grenade on top of them with Earth Shock, I feel like you can maybe even turn Dawnbreaker, bot lane.
Dawnbreaker about to fall. TA 2000 rushing forward. One more right click should secure it, but Virus in with the final body blocks. If he doesn't do that, that is literally first blood. Amazing play from the Rubik. Keeps the Dawnbreaker alive and prevents Chimera from grabbing the first blood.
Yeah, top lane kinda literally what we just discussed happened. They dove the tier 1 tower and they dropped the Tombstone, so they had to run. Almost.
Now they actually might kill one Jade.
Yeah.
It's Grimstroke falling fairly low, but he's gonna be fine. And unfortunately, that play that happened bottom, as you were talking about how they can recover things for Wolf Warriors top, I was thinking it would be great if they could do a twin gate rotation with this Rubik. But if you're being pressed all the way up until the tier 1 tower, there's absolutely no space for the Rubik to make that move and recover this top lane.
Yeah, they need to play on their own on top. It's basically the way it is at the moment. Bot lane again. They almost get him.
Top. Mr. Safe, he's dead. The Hawk got him. Yeah. Finds the first blood on this Batrider, and they do eventually chase down this Ursa. As dangerous as the Tombstone is, they knew it's only on level 1, so the cooldown is too long. Can't worry about it right now.
Yeah, they baited the Tombstone the first time so damn fast. Like, they just dove the tower with the first 2 creep waves pushing. They baited the Tombstone and instantly just backed. They didn't even try fighting. The moment Tombstone was dropped, they backed out. And It's like you said, a really long cooldown, and they played the lane very nicely.
Mid lane. One of the only places in the map where it's going okay for Wolf Warriors right now. MMDAZ, he's chilling, matching up with the Magnus, but unfortunately there's a lot more pressure onto him. He's gonna have to get out of this lane ASAP. Like as soon as 6 minutes hits, he's gonna be having to hoping and praying for a great rune. And top lane,
Another dive, top.
there's no rune to help and save this Undying, and he is not gonna end up dead just yet. They focus their efforts onto the Tombstone, and honestly, with the additional gold, if they can also get a kill out of this, this is just as good as a double. This is the save, 4 napalm stacks on top of him. One more would make it 5, but it's unnecessary. The Hawk secures the kill, reaching for the double. He's also gonna kill the courier. They are taking absolutely everything from the Wolf Warriors. Chimera Esports with no mercy. 3-0 up right now with the Batrider dominating proceedings.
Yeah, like maybe they had a chance to win this lane or even it out if they managed to punish the first aggression. Now they're gonna lose another courier, it seems like. Yeah,
oh,
the boots.
that's boots.
Yeah.
Has been killed.
In any other lane, boots are whatever, maybe. Not in any other, but in some lanes, boots are... Yeah, I lost boots, I'll wait. But in this lane, it's really rough.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Bot lane.
About
Virus.
to lose the Rubik perhaps. TA2000 putting pressure out on top of this. They were trying to make the aggressive play onto the Lich. They failed to do so. And they still end up losing Virus. Although TA2000 might die here. Shobuff though runs out of mana. Doesn't want to dive underneath the tier 1.
Top lane.
At the same time, Panto denies himself to a creep while the Undying gets brought down in the top lane. This is the safe, also not feeling safe. He's only level 3 here, Liz. Fortunately for him, there's no mana on 1J, so he doesn't have the Stroke of Fate. Never mind, there is no fortune for the bear. He gets taken out by the Grimstroke regardless. And that is 6 kills to nothing for Chimera Esports right now.
It was basically just a right click in the end from 1J. And yeah, I think I've seen him do the fine art before on Grim, so he's taken that Stroke of Fate facet. He's also maxed it out, so we'll see how much he can do with it. Usually I expect, especially with the Magnus on your team, I'd expect a Grimstroke to make stacks. But if you're dominating the lane so hard, you don't want to be moving and stacking, you just want to continue owning the lane.
You have the first RP of the game. Is it going to be good enough? No!
Yeah.
All right, MMDZ showing why he is so far the MVP of Wolf Warriors. Baiting in a rotation, drawing out the RP, and escaping with his life. What a play.
Well, it also shows why fine art is a garbage facet. I mean, it's not a garbage facet, it's just that you lose such a valuable asset on your side. Like, being able to pop that Inkswell at any given point is very important. And I know fine art is cool. And I take it, by the way, 90% of the time. It does tend to lead to these situations.
Now a 3k gold lead for Chimera. The Hawk on the Batrider, net worth leader in the game. And this is, about him to get another kill. Solo killing Ursa, bro. Solo kill on the bear by the Hawk, and he's not done just yet. Chasing in, often this Undying. The tier 1 tower will not protect you, nor will the Tombstone, fam. He's trying his best to survive here. One more right click though, the Hawk with the double.
Maybe another one.
Iris came in to help, but all of a sudden he realizes that all he's helping is the bank account of the Hawk.
Undying, really?
Gets a triple kill. One more for the road. No. Tiny comes in. All right, the real heavy hitter is here. MMDZ finds himself a double kill, punishes both of these supports. And yeah, they managed to claw back 2 of those kills, but nonetheless, this Batrider is increasingly looking like he was playing from the mid lane all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, he's top of the net worth charts by a huge margin, like 1.3k ahead of his mag from the mid lane, so having a great time going for that right click on bat with the Witchblade.
Tiny in trouble. Oh, they don't have reveal. Okay. This is what happens sometimes. The team is doing too well. Cores don't carry reveal right now. It's too late. They have a sentry down, but he's already gone.
I mean, in this kind of a game, you generally don't purchase dusts, right? Like, there is nothing, no glimmer capes yet. Lich was around and they considered RPing. He had a sentry, but decided not to. Oh, it's lag. Yeah, I get it. Maybe they just lagged overall. Maybe that's the reason why they were so late to the game.
We're rebooting routers.
Yeah, especially if they're
cafe.
yeah, especially if they're on LAN, because that would kind of explain everything. If they're on LAN, it would explain why they all logged in like the same second, basically.
Gonna have a little bit of time for them to rejoin. Mr. Safe in question is playing this Ursa. What are we thinking build-wise for the bear? Are we going Diffu for this game? Do you want him to go for the Insta Blink? Are we going Battle Fury? What's your feeling?
I feel like this should be a Battle Fury game. This is a game in which Ursa needs a lot of items. You get them and you kind of carry the game, but maybe he'll go for a different route because of the way the lane went. He's kind of the lowest on the net worth of all the cores. Has almost as much farm as his own Undying. Which generally isn't a good thing. Undying isn't the best farmer.
He has less than half the net worth of this Batrider. Just for context.
Yeah, I think Battle Fury, you farm up. You get a lot of items down the road. You get some Aghanims as well versus these heroes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
If you can manage to get there.
Definitely feel like Aghanim Scepter is an integral item in this game. Sort of required. Top lane, they are maybe diving for sure buff. We also have an RP here, triggered out onto this Undying. So they can't get the Dawnbreaker, so they'll settle for the easier kill. That will be Laranov, his first involvement of kills in this game. This is always great, right? And the side lanes are going well enough that you as the mid can just sit mid and farm. You always feel really good, and that's why he's number 2 on the network charts.
Dire's bottom
Absolutely.
tower is
And
under
specifically if you're a hero like Magnus. A hero that has good wave clear, fast wave clear, also can stake stacks. Doesn't have to go for some blink dagger or anything like that. Actually, he's going for Yashakaya. So a lot of damage will be dealt by this guy, and it will be dealt fast because of that increased cast animation.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
By the way, why is the order of those items so strange? Sanjin Yasha, Yasha Kaya, Kaya Sanj. It's like they're not all in alphabetical order, not necessarily in attribute order. Doesn't make sense to me. What also doesn't make sense is how easily they were able to kill that Lich. No revenge coming just yet. TA2000 gonna try and run himself away here, but he should be fine. Astral Steps available. The additional charges there. Doesn't even need a point in Dissimulate. He's A-okay.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, you got me busy now.
Radiant's bottom tower
Checking
is
in the
under
order
attack.
out on the upgrades tab. Is it about the colors? It's not. Sanj and Yasha used to be the only one, right? So it was the first item. Then they added the other two.
It doesn't make sense to me, honestly. Somebody must complain to somebody at Valve and say, guys, what's happening here? Put them in alphabetical order, please. Or at least in color order, that would be fine. So despite this game not necessarily looking that great for Wolf Warriors, as they're about to lose, perhaps they're Undying here, almost certainly, yeah. Dawnbreaker's coming in though, elongating this, and there's an RP committed. Dude, if you die, you're worth, bro. Worth, that's the best death ever, but unfortunately the Ursa's death is not so hot. Without the Ursa dying, that would have been honestly a phenomenal moment for Wolf Warriors.
Yep, unfortunately, they do lose their carry. And the map is just getting smaller and smaller here. Usually when you're playing the Dawnbreaker, you want to be as far away from your teammates, you know, so you can use your ulti to come and help out. But when the map becomes this shrink, there isn't really a lot you can do. You just... there isn't really a lot of space for you to be far away, that's what I meant. And unfortunately, no way to help your Ursa out as he's feeding.
Well, Ursa's not really allowed to play Dota for a while. He just has to farm and hit creeps. They do have a Blink Dagger on the Tiny. So this has to be the tool to get them back in the game. Speaking of the Tiny though, he was hoping to try and claim this rune. Not going to be able to do so, and honestly might be in danger here. Laranov doesn't have the RP And thankfully, there's no allies behind him. In the meantime, ZX also potentially being chased down here by Dahak. The piggy pole, is it going to help? It actually does. The additional move speed allows him to dodge the stroke of fate. And that's the only thing that keeps him alive.
Yeah, one of these deaths at least he managed to dodge, right? 0-5 so far, the Undying. I feel like these kind of heroes, right? Like the Undying, last series we were talking about Viper. I feel like Undying is very similar. Early on in the game, you really want to be doing well. And if your game doesn't go well, you just go 0-5, 0-6, 0-7 very quickly. You want to be the bully, the one that runs in, pops that tombstone, baits a couple of spells. But in this kind of a game, where you're playing versus a bat with the Witchblade already half pipe, or moving towards the pipe at least, like, you're not really able to do a lot, but they are smoking, so let's see if they can utilize the blink.
They had scan, but it didn't connect flush onto TA2000. Now the smoke will break. Oh, it actually gets both of them. With the avalanche, Chain Frost will be there, but Panto should be the first one to die. Unfortunately, a lot of this damage went onto the Tiny, and the final bounce returned onto him. He ends up dead. TA2000 now wanting more. Would love this Dawnbreaker killer. With the help of the RP, they find it. Rubik now going to be in danger himself. Loranov claiming the triple kill off of him. So 3 heroes down. They almost got this Void Spirit. Almost, but almost is just not good enough.
Yeah, the power of raindrops, the Seed of Serenity, just making this Lich a little bit tankier than he usually would have been. So the Tiny jumps him, but doesn't necessarily get the kill on time. Because of that, the Lich ulti is out, and then this happens, right? Like, you lose 3 heroes, and then you lose another one. A neat little play from Grimstroke was the Soul Bind. That looked like maybe it's not unnecessary, but it prevented Rubik from using the second step. He stole the steps from TA2000.
I see. TA2000 demonstrating how you need to use the steps in the first place. Jumping in onto the Tiny. MMDZ is gone. 18-4, 9k gold lead. And the scary thing about this is some of the items that are emerging soon. Pipe is almost complete for Dahak. 4 pipe on this Batrider. We almost have access to the Aghanim Scepter on this Void Spirit, so we will have that double silence. And I don't see any BKBs on the way. I don't see any Yulzes. I don't see any Mantas. I see no way for them to stop this. And with TA2000 now about to kill Dawnbreaker as well, that's pretty much his Aghanim Scepter. 1 more minute of farming and he's going to have it available.
He's way too close. Way too close to it. After this creeps, like, basically he's gonna go to the secret shop and purchase it. Let's see. I mean, I like this, at least from Wolf Warriors. You know, they're attempting to make another move. There isn't really a lot of space on the map for the Ursa to farm, so they have to. Another smoke is happening. That would be a really good kill. He doesn't have a pipe yet. They know where he is because of the Firefly, right? But Tiny can't really approach.
Know where he's at, but they don't know who's behind him. And now, oh my goodness, 1J also reveals the fact that they were smoked up in the area. Both of them just immediately bail. And that's more wasted time by the Wolf Warriors.
Yeah, very nicely done from CHIMERA. Just the game is way closer than the last series, but they're still outplaying them. DD on Mag, RP is there.
DD, RP with the Soul Bind onto 2. The Chain Frost, there it is. That's the combination we wanted. And Dawnbreaker now desperately wishing she had stayed on the other side of the map because there is nothing here but pain and suffering. 2 cores down for the count. TA2000 already putting pressure onto the tier 2 mid. So Wolf Warriors, once they respawn these heroes, will be finding their map even smaller than once they left it.
Yeah, this tier 2 tower with the Echo, with the Aghanims from TA2000. Not sure you can def it. It's so difficult to play the Dawnbreaker. Like, they banned out the Nyx, but now they got hit by the Lich plus Grimstroke combo. On paper, Dawn is kinda good versus Mag to save the target that gets RP'd, but like you said, you don't want to go in with your ulti. You go in with your ulti and you just get wrecked. Tiny?
Speaking of being wrecked, Tiny is about to experience that exact same fate. Easily killed off, and now TA2000 finds the Inkswell skill. They find the stun onto the Rubik, they kill him off. Undying Dying follows into the chambers as well. They even take his tombstone down for good measure. Another 3 kills going the way of Chimera Esports. 24-4 here in game number 1 at the 17-minute mark.
Yeah, this is
Has fallen.
really rough for Wolf Warriors. Not sure what happened and why they were 14 minutes late, but this game might not last way longer.
Is under attack.
On the, I wouldn't say positive side, but like
Dire's middle tower
it's not
is
even
under
a silver
attack.
lining. It's maybe an option for them to delay the game because the push potential from Chimera isn't really amazing. Right, like they need to take fights, they need to kill heroes, and then they can take objectives. Albeit they do have Arsonist on Batrider, so that kind of helps a little bit at least.
No, you're definitely right that it requires them to fight a lot. And speaking of fights, another one happening in onto this Tiny. They will be able to find some spells back onto this Void Spirit instead, and they thought they were turning the fight, but Inkswell Chainfrost decimates the Wolf Warriors lineup. They're trying to get out with this Dawnbreaker, but she is going absolutely nowhere. One final Starbreaker just for control, but she ends up dead. At the same time, they also managed to go and kill this Ursa. Just 2 heroes killing your core without any difficulty. With all 5 heroes dead, you were saying they need to win a fight if they want to go high ground. Well, my friend, that's the fight that you need. And here they are, pressing your tier 3 tower.
Yeah, and keep in mind that they still didn't use RP, they still have it. So you kind of have to be careful if you're Wolf Warriors. You can still get RP'd in this match, in this particular fight that is. Man, that Dahak is doing more than enough damage, I was wrong.
Yeah. Holy based. They're gonna try and fight into Dahak right now. Starbreaker will be silenced up, it doesn't complete. And now he gets the lasso out onto the Tiny. RP on the 3 heroes! They skewer them all onto the low ground, and now they decimate them all. TA2000 stepped through 3 of them with a massive astral step, huge resonant pulse. The rest of his team finishes up, and with Chimera demolishing that fight, the GG has been called. They throw in the towel. Chimera Esports, with absolute dominance, take game number 1.
Yeah, absolutely dominating, 19 minutes.
In the safe lane is when he's not really the safe laner. He's basically playing mid from the safe lane. And in this game, you have 2 potential other carries, right? Nature's Prophet and Invoker. So you're not necessarily concerned about your scaling throughout the game. So there's in some of these carry Earthshaker games where the guy will be moving around the map once he has his like blink Ags, looking really strong, but then sort of slows down, trying to like just keep scaling, keep farming, not necessarily just moving with his team all the time. This time around, doesn't have to worry about that. Him and the 2 supports can keep going anywhere, and then Dahak and Larinoff have global potential. Sunstrikes can come through, TPs can come through from Nature's Prophet, Wrath of Natures will be there. It just feels like, honestly, if I'm any of these other heroes, I think my priority right now is shutting down TA2000 and shutting down 1J. If this Tusk and this Earthshaker have good early games, this mid game is going to be just so chaotic for the Wolf Warriors.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you rush the Axe on Shaker, by the way, or do you
30
go
seconds
Blink
to battle.
first?
Usually Blink first.
Okay. I was
I've only
thinking...
played this one safe lane. I lost though, so I built
Okay.
a
Yeah, I've seen different things. I've seen a Axe rush, I've seen a Blink rush. I'm thinking if you're playing it safe, maybe Axe rush should be the way. I'm not quite sure. We'll see
I think
what he
maybe
goes
against.
for.
It depends on the Shadow Shaman. If Shadow Shaman
Heroes,
can get an
yeah.
early blink, then you don't have to
The
get your
battle
blink.
begins.
But if Shadow Shaman is struggling, you have to get the blink first, so you have a way to kill the puck.
Yep. Just to be able to initiate instantly. I can see that. I can imagine it.
Can you imagine? All right, here we go. We are in game
Beautiful
2,
voice,
ladies and
beautiful.
gentlemen.
As always.
You always say that. You're just guessing. You're just guessing.
I am, but it doesn't mean that I don't mean it.
Ah, yes. I mean, gas can be true as well, right? Doesn't have to be fake gas.
Exactly. Maybe it's a little fake. Just a tiny little bit. Yeah, this lane starts at bottom. Kind of bad for Drow. She already just took... She tried blocking, so she took half of her HP. Has damage already. Mid lane, Puck, Invoker. This is... Like, overall, it should be nice for Puck. If you get a hero that can hunt down Invoker through the game, you don't really care too much about him in the mid lane. Usually you see the puck banned if you're picking Invoker.
One of those few heroes where Volker knows that, yeah, I'll do okay in the lane, but the game is still trash, which is usually what Invoker is trying to avoid on the aggregate. On top, how are things here? So we have this offlane Terrorblade that you said you weren't necessarily favoring in tandem with the Lich. This is a lot of tank ability here. However, they have somewhat mispositioned themselves as they're not together, and ZX should end up being the first blood here. Indeed, it's going to be Panto that gets the kill. First blood for the Shadow Shaman. And which heroes did I say should not have a good early game? Oh yeah, Shadow Shaman. If he gets early blink, their game is screwed. So they need to kill him ASAP when they have the chance.
Yeah, even the Aetherlands BKB blink, right? Bot lane, Mr. Safe.
Bottom,
Yeah.
no! Mr. Safe! That's not supposed to happen. And that's the perfect read coming in from Chimera. They recognize that, wait a second, Dispose was already made use of by Virus. There's no way to stop the charge forward from 1J onto the Drow Ranger.
Right, this is... It all stems to the way the lane started. Drow started with half HP and it kinda hurt them because they got zoned out of level 2. When Drow didn't even have level 2 up to this point. Virus might fall as well.
Virus disposes back, but can't get in range of the tier 1 tower. Still though, in range of the multi-shot. Unfortunately, it's only level 1, so not nearly enough damage from the Drow Ranger.
Top lane.
Top lane, we do see that they will be able to find the kill onto the Lich. TA2000 able to grab that one out. So Chimera Esports, yet again, off to a fairly dominant start in all three of their lanes, and only once again middle going relatively okay for Wolf Warriors.
Yeah, once again, I feel like these lanes are being just a little bit of a skill difference. Sure, the lanes aren't that easy for Wolf Warriors, but there's a little bit of outplay happening too. Just not getting level 2 fast enough on bot and top meant that bot lane 1J might fall though.
He's not allowed to
Does
survive.
have a healing Lotus, yeah.
He has to die, Liz. He has to. He has to. No, wait. No, brother. Take your legs off the table and die, please. Thank you. There we go.
It was a nice attempt to just look into the trees. Stare into the trees and they will leave you alone.
Stay in the trees. So this Nature's Prophet, unfortunately, is doing incredibly well. Top lane, we also see that this Earthshaker doing very, very well as well. Has as many denies as the Terrorblade has CS, which is very problematic because, you know, throughout the history of all Dota, Earthshaker into the Terrorblade, if you're the Terrorblade, you want the Earthshaker to be poor. You do not want him to be having a good start like this.
Absolutely. And that's just not the case. They haven't been able to use meta so far because they don't really have it.
Yep,
they're trying to send all their illusions. Yeah.
They might not have a life now, but they do not have a point into the fissure just yet. So they'll just zone him back. But he's out of regen. So he's gonna have to ferry in more right now. Had to buy a full salve as well. So that's gonna delay him picking up these power trades. Stop.
Panto?
He's fine.
He's healing a lot with shackles. I feel like that's something they're not really paying attention to, or they are paying attention but they're not considering it, because every time so far that they die they get baited. Bot lane at least they get another kill, and maybe it's hard to get him, but Dispose was there in 5 seconds. It was way too difficult to catch.
Still a very good kill to pick up. And in fact, the fact that it was given just underneath their tier 1 means that they don't have to go back top lane. They're putting some pressure onto ZX, but it's not going to be enough just yet. TA2000 feeling a little bit skittish with his HP pool, but that being said, 1J off the respawn shows up in the top lane. His legs are back on the table, putting the hurt onto these kids.
Those shards were a little bit off the mark to catch the Lich, but I'm sure he does not care. They got the TB that they, of course, went for in the first place. Nice rotation. What I love is how they always make sure that if they are rotating, the lane that he rotated from is in a good place, so you can leave your offlaner.
Nicely done by Laranov. He was challenging with the puck for the deny onto the catapult, but utilizing this tornado, not only able to get the catapult, but he actually denies 2 creeps in front of the puck's face. That cannot feel good for MMDZ. Bottom lane, this is not going to feel good for Mr. Safe as he's trying to run himself away from 1J and Dahak. They're trying with the dispos, but unfortunately, the Sprout will be there from Dahak. They catch Mr. Safe. 1J doesn't even seem like he's going to be punished for this one. Nobody available from Wolf Warriors to assist with that play. So just another death on the Drow Ranger, his 2nd of the game. And the scary thing about this, Liz, is we're now at that point where the Nature's Prophet is not just killing you, but we're going to start putting major pressure onto your tower as well.
Yeah, this is one of the best things that you get from your mid lane Prophet, right? Like, if he gets this amount of farm early on, he just starts rotating and creating pressure everywhere. And because he had such a good lane, top lane, this is a tier 2 that they're diving.
They're diving to kill ZX, and they want to pick up the Wisdom Rune thereafter, but Shoba wants to stop this from happening. They have the access of the Metamorphosis, a lot of damage to the Shadow Shaman, but Shadow Shaman doesn't die. And now TA2000 goes right back in, Echo Slam with the Enchant Totem, brings down this Terrorblade. On the bright side, okay, there's no bright side.
What's the bright side? Give me the bright side.
I got nothing.
Yeah, it was, yeah, they go in on the tier 2, they try to defend from this move, but Puck has no resources. Like, he didn't really have a lot of mana to work with. I'm not sure if EMP connected him or on him, or if he just TP'd with a little bit of mana, but in any case, he couldn't have done a lot. And this is now a disaster. Glitch, top lane.
It's not over. The disasters keep spreading. ZX about to be killed very, very easily. And now Shoba, not necessarily in the best position. Tornado will be there. Panto, 1 second to having the shackles. Not able to get in range. Just a little bit more. No. Whew. Terrorblade, very glad that he has the bonus movement speed on top of the Shadow Shaman. Able to get himself away at the very last second from that incursion.
I'm not sure you're happy with having Boots of Speed plus Gloves of Haste offlane Terrorblade at this point of the game, my friend. It does not look very
it gets worse. He's about to die too. He's about to die. Oh no, and to make matters worse, look when he died. Bro, his courier to bring him his power treads was like 700 units away. And then he dies just like that, so can't even get the bonus tank ability. On the bright side, at least they get 1J in the mid lane, but this is a Puck killing a task, because it's not like the Puck is going to be able to pressure the tower. It's not like they're going to be able to take any stacks. It's just like a nice gimme, but doesn't really change anything on the map.
It's something at least, you know, just a little bit of extra love for the Puck, so that his game at least, he comes online, more or less. What does he have? He's got his bottle not refilled by the Lich, okay. Guess he didn't TP from the base. Not sure.
Top tower is under attack.
Maybe you told him, bro, play better if you want a bottle refill. You know, I don't refill for scrubs.
Well, he is the one of how many kills is in his name? 1 kill. So 1 out of 3, it's his. And they smoke up. This is very reminiscent of the last game. The lanes are going very poorly, and then they try with this one Hail Mary smoke. The only difference is, even though the lanes went poorly last game, they weren't this poor.
Oh no. They were actually had the perfect read onto where Dahak was, and he teleports away from them mere seconds before they arrive. So it seems that all this smoke is going to find is a Lotus Pool and nothing else.
Yeah, it was such a good smoke as well. And now he's going back. He knew, right? Like, no one is showing on the map. He knew what was going on. And like, at this moment of the game, Prophet is the easiest kill to make. So it does make sense that he TP'd out. Just looked very cool when he did it.
Top lane being pushed in right now. Panto propping down the first Serpent Wards, while the Terrorblade doing his best just to try and catch up. Only has the power treads. Wants Yasha desperately, wants Manta, wants so many items, in fact. The entire team of these Wolf team, they just need gold. And it looks like Chimera Esports, if they can keep this pressure up, they'll deny them the areas to find that necessary gold to bring them back in the game. Also, you know, we were talking about like the itemization of this Earthshaker, and it was contingent on how well the game would be going for the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman's game is going so well that they're going straight in for the Aghanims, and now bottom, they're going for Mr. Safe! Draw Ranger!
They even had the Sunstrike on top.
Radiant's
I don't think it
bottom
was
tower
even
is under
necessary,
attack.
but yeah, that was a fairly quick pick-off. She was on 50% HP, of course.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just so easy for them at this point.
You know, earlier we were talking about like Radiance versus Dire. We'll talk about it in a second because mid lane we have a 2-hero Dream Coil, Lorinov falling low, but not enough. Tornado onto both the Puck as well as the TB, and Puck almost dead. They come in with Panto and they finally manage to bring down the Puck. Virus and ZX very low on the HP pool, and now we're going to be having ZX practically dead. Sunstrike will finish him off. Lorinov credited with that kill. Virus at the very least able to get the tower denied in the middle of all of this, but he will pay with his life. Sprouted out right now by Dahak, who's shown up out of nowhere, throwing in the right clicks. The rest of the crew is surrounding and killing this Terrorblade. And they managed to do so without much difficulty. It is a 3-for-0 exchange here in this mid lane. Sure, you get the tower denied. That feels nice for the Marcy, and she survives, but the important heroes all lose their lives.
What's really sad for Wolf Warriors is that the way they started that fight was kinda cool. Like, Terrorblade TP'd in with 30-40% HP, instantly sundered the Invoker. It looked like they Dream Coil on top of that. It really did look like they might be able to kill the Invoker. Unfortunately for them, no such thing happened. And the heals, like the Invoker just having so many heals built in, Shackle Shot as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You know what?
Sorry, not Shackle Shot, Shackles. I was talking about Shadow Shaman healing himself. Yeah. What did you say?
If they had Chain Frost, that would have helped so much. It would also help a lot right now if Mr. Safe had a 4-star. Oh, it's actually fine!
Radiant's bottom
1J can't get to him with the Walrus Punch. He TP's out to safety. Alright, that's a confidence play right there. Sadly, there's only enough confidence to go around for one core hero as they end up losing the Puck mid. Lorinov trying to lead in for the double. Should be able to find it as he brings down the Marcy. So, Gaben giveth, but Gaben also taketh away.
Yeah, there's just too many items now and too much farm, too many levels. Level 8 Shadow Shaman versus level 4 Lich. It's a rough game. There's an Aghanims on Shaker, so you literally have to stay in this corner as Drow, or you're dead. You're pretty much dead. Yeah, last time, like you said, she managed to live, but if two heroes are on top of her, no matter where she is, she's probably just gone. And what's sad is, it doesn't even matter which two heroes on Chimera.
Yeah. To make it worse, CA2000 almost has his Blink Dagger. We're looking at a 15.5 minute Blink plus Aghanim Scepter. Terrorblade literally dies in the blink of an eye. Solo killed by Lorinov. And this fight's not over. As they're going in for Virus, he's inside the Sprout. The right click from Lorinov will secure the kill. And now it's the Drow. Mr. Safe able to escape, but ZX not so lucky. Triple kill for the Invoker. And they even come in, commit the Echo Slam just to clean out the creep wave. Honestly, that's just CA2000 flexing. I don't even need this kind of spell to deal with you mooks. Y'all are light work to me. Any other spell can bring you down.
Pretty much. And truth be told, he doesn't need it, right? Lorinov right now is hunting the Drow. It looks like somehow he did realize this is happening, so he moved away. But yeah, Echo sometimes is good to clear the waves, to clear the creep camps. This time around he clears them, and he has a Blink Dagger now. Just flying out to him. Aghanim's Blink Dagger, almost 10k net worth. It's a very big Earthshaker.
This is actually obscene.
Mr. Safe?
Safe. They're gonna try and push this tower right now. Shobab needs to get himself away. Extra safe. Mr. Safe, stay extra safe. He can do it, but the rest of his team cannot. They've lost the Marcy. They've lost ZX. And Dahak just TP's out to safety right in front of their faces. Went straight in for a Molnir. That does leave Shobab all alone down bottom. And now TA2000 and Panto right there. Wait, wasn't Dahak almost dead? Why is he here pushing my tier 2? What the hell is happening here, Lizard? Can they catch a break for the Wolf Warriors?
You kinda can't catch a break versus Prophet. You know, you do have that teleportation. Town Portal scroll back base, instantly back in the fight. Even tier 3s, look at that. They're still thinking about pressuring high ground. Mr. Safe might be dead. Yep.
He's dead. He's sure dead. Draw Ranger, dead top lane. There's no way out of this one, buddy. Oh my god. What can you do? You have an Invis Lorinov running right behind you. Global presence from 2 other heroes on the map. Panto, who now has a Blink Dagger on the Shadow Shaman flying out. A Puck that just died middle to 2 heroes. Tier 2000 might at least take a tumble. Bro, do the right thing. Do the honorable thing and die, TA. No, this man has no honor. He refuses to go down. He remains alive. Finally, he does die. Required a buyback from the Puck, however. He's able to secure a double kill off the back of that. However, that was a big hold investment.
The Sunder is good.
A buyback, and now Lorinov is here. The Sunder will be able to keep the Puck alive, but unfortunately not going to be able to keep the Terrorblade alive. ZX now also in danger. Eating right clicks from Lorinov. It's a double. Mr. Safe held in place by the shackles. No way out of this one, buddy. There will be a very nice multi-shot. Dragging him back for just a moment. Having that sidestep keeps the Draw Ranger alive, and now they want to re-engage onto Lorinov. Unfortunately, they just lack the necessary disables. Puck, though, still jumping in after him. Puck doesn't have the spells. Puck just got stunned. Puck just got killed. Too much commitment from MMDZ. He realizes that they have to throw in the towel, and GG, well played, is called. The Hawk and the crew, Chimera Esports, we were questioning Lizard. Can they make it a faster game than Nigma Galaxy? And they say to us, light work, brother. We are actually the gold standard here in these qualifiers.